You're listening to Every Moment with Errol E. We believe that every moment deserves a better story, and on this podcast, we tell those stories. Here's your host, Errol E.
Let's do it.
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Errol E, and welcome to Every Moment with Errol E. Today we have an awesome guest. His name is Jeremiah Bull, and he is the owner of Bull Fitness. So let's welcome him. And how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So tell me a little bit about your day today. What have you done today?
All right. So when I'm in Hawaii, so aloha, and so I woke up probably like 6:45, and right now we're doing the it's a quarantine.
Right.
Everything's going on, so no one can really go outside. So I'm a personal trainer. I usually would train my clients, in person, but due to circumstances, I had to adjust. So right now we're training them through Zoom. So I woke up and trained my clients through Zoom this morning. I got it set up, for anyone that's trying to work from home. It's a little tip if you don't know. You can take your phone and have a Zoom conference, and then if you want to like train or see it big, you take your smart TV if you have one, and you can screen mirror it with your smart TV. Or if you have an HDMI cord, you can just take it from your laptop to your TV, and so you can see all the people. If you have a conference with a lot of people, it's easier to see all the people you're speaking to. If you're someone that works in a business that's online, or that your business has to have conferences during this time that we're going through. So quick little tip. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did this morning, and ate a little breakfast, and now I'm here.
Nice. Awesome. So with the whole corona outbreak, everyone's being at home. We've been seeing a lot of people creating a lot of virtual trainings. Now, was that very hard for you to shift from in-person trainings to now virtual trainings?
I wouldn't say it was super hard. I kind of like, as soon as it kind of happened, I was just like, I'm a person that's like, I'm a solution finder. I'm gonna
Mhm.
adapt. Like, I never for a second when it all happened was like, dang, it's gonna mess up my income or my business. I was kind of like, well, what can we do? What are we working on already? So I kind of was already working on having a better online presence and having more sales coming from like an online program. Like I got a 21-day challenge coming out. I mean,
Mhm.
that's already out, and just dropping more of those type of programs. I got 8 weeks transformations that I do. I do online coaching already. Just transitioning into how I'm gonna actually train my clients where they can see me and I can see them. I kind of
Right.
love it pretty fast. I was just like, oh, I can use Zoom, and I was just like, man, I can use Zoom, and I can. Originally, I was like, I can use Zoom, and then I can just get an HDMI cord and put it to the TV so I can see all my clients. But then I ended up finding a smart TV. You can just screen mirror if you have an iPhone. So it wasn't really that hard. But like, I think it's all about mindset, like what the type of person you are. I'm always a person just like find solution, find solution, find solution. You're not gonna really dwell on the circumstance if you can't control it, and I can't control the coronavirus. So
Right.
yeah.
That's true. That's true. So like what has your client said with the whole virtual training? What was like the feedback they gave you, or even just what you've seen throughout maybe Facebook or YouTube, just all of those comments?
I haven't really broadcasted it yet. So the only people I've been virtually training are people that I was already training. I haven't really been like pushing it as a service just yet, just
Right.
because I want to figure out how I want to sell that package, or if I want to wait and see what happens next week with the coronavirus. But it's something I will continue doing in the future, even when this is all over. Because I was like, it kind of, when you train in person, it limits you. So it limits me to everyone on Oahu, or even everyone that's within like a 10-mile radius of me, really. But when you have Zoom or online, whatever entity you want to use, you can train anybody anywhere. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
As long as you can sync up your time. So right now I could be training you, but you're in Delaware, right?
Right.
So that's something I was like, oh wow, that's dope. It doesn't limit you anymore to the people you can train. So think I can reach more people this way in a more intimate fashion than maybe just giving somebody a program, and I can have better accountability of them. I'm just thinking about people that are like stay-at-home moms and stuff like that, or they have kids that can't make it out to train all the time. This is a
Hmm.
good option for them. Some of my clients didn't even want to try it, so I'd say like most of them were like, okay, I can do it. But then some of them are like, just let me know when you start doing in-person training again, and we'll start again. So it's just like,
Right.
but in a month from now, if this is still going on and we're still stuck in our house, they might adjust. What I learned is, people will say no probably like 5, 6, 7 times before they go and change their mind. So I don't take
Right.
it personal. Give them a little time.
True. Now, do you so the clients that don't want to maybe participate in the video streaming, now how do you keep track that they are going to stay on task with their workouts, with their fitness, with their different regimens? Do you like call them, ask them like, "Hey, what are you doing this week?"
Mhm.
And things like that?
So I mean, from like my clients before this even happened, like they always have to send me their meals. So like the people that I train in person, they send me like all their meals, or they're supposed to. They don't always all send them, but they're supposed to send me all their pictures of their meals. They're supposed to
Mm,
send me a weekly picture update, front, back, side, so I can see if they're progressing or not. And we're supposed to talk frequently throughout the week. So I mean, I still keep in touch with my people. For me, one is an investment of time that I put into them. So I'm definitely going to like make sure that they're staying on track, keeping in contact with them. I mean, all my clients have my personal phone number, the ones that
mm.
train with me in person. Uh, so like, yeah, we definitely text frequently, and there's a high level of accountability that was already there. So I'm definitely going to keep on them. Some of my clients I'm not really too worried about because they're very focused. There's just, there's some of them that like they need you to be on them, on them, on them all the
Right.
time. So I'll make sure I provide them with that type of accountability.
Nice. Well, that's good. Accountability is good, especially when you do set a goal, you want to be fit, or you just want to feel good inside your body. You do need that extra push from somebody. So that's really great that you are doing that and really staying on top of like all of your clients. That's like a lot. That's actually really good because people might go to gyms, they might have memberships, but there's not really full accountability. You don't have that accountability partner. You might even pay for a trainer at a gym, but they're not calling you maybe every day or checking up on you every other day. So just having that service where it's like, wow, Jeremiah is my personal trainer. He can help me out get to the goal I want to set is really good. Now, with training, what is your training philosophy? Like, what do you fully believe in?
Um, well, I always say consistency is key. I know a
Hmm.
lot of people, like especially in America, we want results now, you know. Uh, and some people that they can pay more for faster results, and that's just not how it works. I say be patient and consistently do the basic things correctly, and you'll see results. So I don't believe you have to do a whole bunch of crazy diets or crazy different workouts. Like even me personally, like I do a handful of workouts, and of course, I manipulate the rep ranges and maybe how I'm performing them. But like I keep it pretty simple, but I do it consistently. Like even with my eating habits, you know what I mean. So I feel like when you master the basics and can do them consistently, then you'll be very successful in anything really, but especially with your health. You know what I mean? You don't have to be eating only vegetables or like you can't, it's not like you can never have sweets. It's like you gotta find a balance and what works for your body and just follow the basics. Like a lot of us know we're supposed to have vegetables, we're supposed to have fruits, we should be eating, whole grains, you know what I mean? We're supposed to be drinking water, but a lot of people don't do it. You follow the basics and you'll see results. And you have to be patient. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I always say consistency is key. I would say that's my motto for sure.
Consistency is key. Yeah, I mean, I agree. So, being in fitness, what really made you want to become physically fit and work out? Growing up, you were in a household where you had uh, five sisters and one brother. How was that dynamic? Did they push you to be fit? Was you just the one was like, hey, I want to start maybe lifting weights, start exercising, and your siblings maybe saw that and wanted to join you? So how was that like growing up?
Well, I want to say, one, for most of us, almost all of us were athletes when we were growing up. So we were heavily into sports and stuff. But I remember from like, I had been like 8 or younger when I used to, like my brother used to work out a lot when he was like in high school. So he was like a good 6 years older than me. So
Mm,
like, yeah, when he was like in high school, I was probably like 8. And I used to see him work out, and of course, it's my older brother. We shared a room, so whatever he was doing, I was doing. So I started working out. I just remember always like liking it. Like no one never had to make me work out like ever. Like I always was like involved in it since I was very young,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I always did it. Like I was always, that's one thing I probably was always consistent is just working out, working out. My diet wasn't great. I wasn't very knowledgeable about diet, but like see my brother working out, and then I went to YouTube and I'm like learning to work out from YouTube. That's what, listen, if you want to learn something, YouTube almost has everything that you want. You know what I mean? So I went there and started learning workouts, and then that's when P90X was hot. Like as I'm talking, I'm getting older. P90X was hot, and I was doing the P90X boy, and then you know what I mean. I played football since I was like 9. I want to say I played football. So when I got to high school, of course, you're lifting the weights, you're working out, and it was just always like enjoyable to push myself. I would say originally, I guess I would say I was working out to get like stronger. I was a pretty small kid, and I was younger when I got to high school than most people. So I would say I was like working out to get better for football and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then when football ended, I still worked out, but not as consistently because I was working at like Dairy Queen, which is like the worst. So and I'm getting past what you asked. So let me go back. So we'll pause at the Dairy Queen. So growing up with my siblings, my brother was the one that worked out, but then I'm the one that kind of like took it on as like, I'm going to be the workout guru. So like he would work out, but like he wasn't trying to teach everybody else how to work out. You know what I mean? But I just remember like I started working out, and then I was learning to work out. I remember I was making my sister work out with me, not making them, but like they would work out with me and things of that nature. And my dad was like, "Yo, can you help me? Work out and stuff like that." My sisters, like Jessica asked me, "Can you help me work out?" Run stuff with Rachel, things of that nature. Like always, just like it was fun for me to push other people. Like it was natural. Like it was never forced. It was never something that I looked at as like work. It's fun. Like for me, it's fun to see people push and like go through a struggle, but then overcome it. Like that's what I feel like a workout is every time. Like you go in, you struggle, you sacrifice, you sweating, and then you finish, and like you're in a better mood. At least for me, I'm in a better mood when I finish the workout. So I would say no one in the house, I would say, like heavily influenced me outside of Josh with working out, but they were all, I would say, involved. Like they seen like from me wanting to work out and training them. I guess the evolution of what became Bull Fitness. Definitely supportive. Everybody was supportive for sure.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's really cool. That's really cool. So transitioning from working out, then you joined the military. How did that really mold and shape your mind when it came to physical fitness? Because you do have to have some type of physical fitness and be healthy when you are joining, let's say, the military of some sort. So how did that shape and mold you where you are today?
All right. So I mean, we'll go from when I graduated high school. I graduated high school at 17. So I started working at Dairy Queen in Middletown, and I was like hating it. I was like, I can't do this. I don't know how people do this for their whole life, like work jobs like this. So one of my buddies actually, one of my best friends, his brother was in the Army National Guard. Because originally I joined the Army National Guard. I'm active now, but I joined the Army National Guard. I'm like, yo, I see your brother all the time, but he's in the Army. How do you see him? He's always picking up from school. How do I always see him? He's like, dude, he's in the National Guard. He goes to Dell State University, which is where I ended up going for school. And I was like, dope. Got in contact with him, which I already knew him. And then he told me what he was doing. I looked up everything, talked to the recruiter, gone in a month. I was going for basic training in a month. Same month that I wanted to go, I was going. And so when I ended up going, before I left, like you said, like you gotta be in some type of shape. A lot of people think that soldiers are like from the movies and they're like supreme, like I guess beings as far as like their physiques and stuff. Like have to be in that good of shape. But for me, it gave me a goal, I guess. So I started working out and running and stuff like that, so I could like pass the Army physical fitness assessment before I even left. So I had already passed it before I left. And then when I got to basic training, there's a PT test, and there's like you can get certain scores on it. So after we took our first like assessment, which is just like gauging where you're at, I was like, man, I'm going to get a perfect score. So a perfect score for anyone that's in the Army, they know it's a 300. So I'm going to get a perfect score. So I'm in basic training. If you know anything about basic training, it's pretty, well, at least when I went in 2013. It's pretty tiring, pretty taxing experience as far as you're physically and even mentally. I'm 17 still when I left. When I joined the Army, I was 17. So my mom had to sign papers for me to go, and my dad. I was still working out though. Like they work us out in the morning, and you're training all day, and then you get like an hour of free time. And I was using my free time to work out, and that's when I kind of realized I was like, man, I really like this. Like that I would take my free time and work out more on top of all the stuff they're already making us do. Like you're running miles, you're rucking, which is like carrying this heavy bag on your back for miles. You know what I mean? You're doing all types of training, so they can transition you from being a civilian to soldier. And then I was still working out. And then I was helping my battle buddies or, the other guys that were in basic training with me work out too. You know what I mean? Helping other people get ready to pass their physical fitness tests because some people, struggle and things of that nature. So that was like my first time. I was like, man, I like this and I really like helping other people. And I'm willing to do it during my free time, which is like you only get an hour. So like if I'm willing to give up an hour to work out and help other people, that's pretty dope. But like, this is me thinking back. I'm 24 now. So that was like 7 years ago. Yeah, thinking back, I'm like, oh, that's dope that I was that adamant about it. And then leaving and going to AIT, and I was working out the whole time I was at AIT helping people. And then when I came home, I was very much more mature.
Right.
And I was like, man, I know I want to train people. I know I don't want to go to college for it. Because if you don't know, when you go to the National Guard, you go to basic, you go to AIT, which is when you learn your job, just like regular Army does. But then you get to go home because when you're in the Guard, in reserve, you only drill once a month, which means you only have to work like Army time for like 1 weekend out of the month. So, I come back home, I'm 18, and I begin my bull fitness journey. This is the beginning of bull fitness, literally. Do you want to stop me or you want me to keep going?
Oh, no, keep going.
Okay, so this is the beginning of bull fitness, literally. I came home, I was like, man, I love physical fitness. I want to go to school to be an athletic trainer, something like that. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted to be in physical fitness. So I'm going to go to school to be an athletic trainer or whatever. But I came home March 24th of 2014. I didn't start school till that fall. So I was like, what am I doing in between? I'm going to be a trainer. So I'm going, and this is when I knew I was an entrepreneur because everyone's not an entrepreneur. Well, I knew that when I was younger because I used to sell candy in school, but this is when I knew I had like, for sure as an entrepreneur, looking back now, is I went door to door. If you ever did sales before, if anyone's ever did door to door sales, they know how tough that is, especially if you're an 18-year-old kid.
Oh yeah.
That looks like he's 15. So I look like a little kid. I don't look that old now. I'm 24. So I'm going door to door, knocking on people's houses, selling training for nothing. What, $5, $10 a session, knowing nothing about training, not having no liability forms, not having any sign up, not having any type of any structure to present to people, but just having a willingness and a drive, really. So, I ended up finding some clients, like 3 people, I want to say. I can't remember their name. I trained this very elderly woman. And all I really did was walk her around the neighborhood. She had just wanted to like keep the functions of her body. She was very old. I trained another lady in the neighborhood. I just went to her house, and looking back now, maybe it wasn't the safest thing, but I live in a nice neighborhood. I live in a pretty good neighborhood, so I wasn't really too worried about that. I trained her for a little bit, and I trained some people from a church, of course. And that was my first really experience as being a trainer, and I liked it, but it wasn't consistent. So I guess here's a little nugget for anyone that's in training or anything in general, right? When you do something, you have to do it in a way that, even if it's your side hustle, you have to do it in a way that you're preparing yourself, that would be your life's income. So that would be like how you sustain yourself. So when I was 18, I'm training people, they're paying me session by session. So if someone doesn't feel good or they don't feel like working out, or they, things that happen, the reason that they hire the trainer is because they don't want to work out in the first place, right? So they have an off day and they're like, I don't feel like working out. They're going to cancel and then you're not going to get paid. So what I learned from that is, this is the first thing when I went to college, I was like, okay, I'm not doing session by session anymore. Now you have to do 3 sessions at a time, which is still very, very low, honestly. Cut in my recommendation is month to month at the minimum. You should make them pay month to month. On a case-by-case basis, I'd let people do bi-weekly, but those are automatic payments, so they get withdrawn from their account automatically. But
Mm.
back into it, if you're a trainer or you're anything, right, that provides a service consistently, routinely, uh, listen, automatic payments and month-to-month payments are the best. One, when you're a trainer, you need at least a month for them to see some type of results,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you show them results in a month, they'll believe in you more, right? You got to build up that trust between you and your client. That's in any business. You got to build up that trust between you and whoever you're working with or working
Right.
for. And then once you have that trust, it'll go a long way. They won't feel like they're wasting their money and throwing it away, because people are paying me hundreds of dollars to train them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you got to give them value. But first,
True.
you
Gotta give
got
them
to
that.
give yourself time to show them value. A week is not enough time. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I'm like, month to month, I need at least a month. 2 months, I can show you some good stuff. So that's what I learned from being 18 and starting so young. I've
Mm-hmm.
learned so much stuff that I would say, as humble as possible, that my knowledge is, at least about being hands-on in business, is far above a lot of people's, just because of all the trial and errors from such a
Mm-hmm.
young age. Like, I'm definitely not a business guru, but I know a lot of stuff that people that might be starting out now at 24 or 30 or 40, did it since I was 18 and been failing and failing, and fixing, since I was so young, that now I know all that the stuff. Like, I talk to guys now that might talk to me about training. I'm like, you charge them session in my session, don't do that. You playing yourself. Because if you didn't have a job, you'd never be able to provide for your family or yourself or pay your bills, because your pay wouldn't be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So just want me to think about it. But yeah, I don't know. I went off into a tangent. So
Oh no, no, that's good. That's good. I mean, just this is great, helping people out who maybe want to start maybe becoming a trainer, not knowing which way to go. So just you talking about your journey and your story really is going to help somebody, and who's ever listening or watching might really take to heart, like, wow, I do need to become now more physically active, or I am working out. Maybe I can do this. I can become a trainer. I can become an entrepreneur, to provide for myself, for my family. So that's some really good stuff and really good insight. So how do you create really that training program for, let's say, a new client? So if you were to look at me, for instance, 5'4",
mm,
5'5", 140 something pounds. How would you create a training program, let's say for me or for a new client? Like, what would that meal plan look like, or a meal prep? How would that all come about?
all right. Well, one, are you training online or are you training in person?
Let's say we were training in person. I mean, knowing me, the only weights I ever lift is a bag of M&Ms going 1 and 2 and 3, and that's it. So like, how would you build something for like a novice or a beginner?
Okay, so I mean, like, if you're like never worked out before type of
Right.
beginner, or like
Mm-hmm.
you worked out, so like that's the first thing. One, you take a survey. So it's take a survey so I can see what level you're at. Have you worked out before? Or have you fell off? Are what status are you in? Are you injured? Things of that nature. What foods you like, what foods you don't like. It's a whole client assessment that you would fill out before we even start training. You fill out the client assessment. From that, I build the meal plan for sure. We'll talk about the meal plan first. Meal plan is most important part of the journey for whether you're trying to gain or lose weight. Is the most important part. It's hardest part for a lot of people. The
Mm-hmm.
part that you need to be the most consistent at, and the part that people are fluctuate the most at, because it's something that they're not familiar with, and that's where it comes to mastering the basics. You know what I mean? I don't expect my clients to cold turkey everything they've been doing. So like, if you eat, I don't know, a bunch of fried food, and you're drinking liquor all the time, and you eating cakes all the time, like, I know my clients not gonna. They might try, but like, it's unrealistic for them to cut out all that stuff at the same exact time. You gotta give
Right.
them time to build up to it, kind of. But if you give an 85% effort, you'll see results. So if you're following 85% of your meal plan, you'll see results for sure. Because I don't eat a perfect diet. I eat Ben and Jerry's like 4 times a week, but the rest of my diet is like good. I eat lean meats. I eat
Mm.
vegetables. I eat whole grain products. Like I don't drink. I drink wine maybe once every 2 weeks. So like mastering the basics. But back to a client, yeah, I set that meal plan up from. I have a program that I use to build the meal plans, and it shows you how to measure everything out. Well, first of all, it breaks it down for you. So it'd be like, boom, Errol. It'll show you all your like your weight, your height, your goal weight. I mean your current weight, and then we'll have your goal weight, right? And then we'll
Mm.
have your macro breakdown, for your carbs, proteins, and fats, and then we'll have how many servings you need of each thing a day to meet your goal, your caloric goal, or your caloric intake, and then we'll show you how to measure all your food without having to use a scale. So showing you how to measure your food with your hands, with your fist, with your, with your thumb. Like literally, it shows you how to do all of that. Shows you how to but you have to wait for this. If you don't see like results in like 8 weeks, you're like, man, I don't see anything. It shows you how to manipulate your meal plan to see results, or manipulate your macros. So like say you eat maybe a little bit less carbs and then you eat more proteins, and see if that changes your results, because everybody has different body type. And how their food, how their body takes food and distributes it, it varies from person to person. So it's a lot of information. The meal plan is probably like 17 pages, and it's filled. And I think it's pretty easy to follow if you read the whole thing.
Mm.
Read the whole thing. Read the whole thing. That's for anyone that's going to train with me. And then you have the workout program. So of course he's going to tell me like what you've done before, like if you worked out or stuff or anything of that nature before. And then when you
Right.
come to train with me, of course we do like our first workout. It's like just to feel out. I try to keep the movements all pretty basic. One, to prevent from injury, and two, just so that you can remember how to do it. So if you want to work out by yourself, I don't do too much crazy stuff. I do train my clients at the park, which is great because I'm in Oahu. A lot of people don't feel comfortable in a gym. It's a very crowded, intimidating setting. They feel better outside, I think, or in a studio setting. So if you have a studio, personal training setting, it's more like individual, lower amounts of people and more intimate. We'll do like a first workout, just see how they do. And I'm like, okay, this is like how I approach it. I'm like, we're going to work out today. I'll warm you up. We'll do a first round of the workout. If it's too hard, we'll make it easier. And if it's too easy, we'll make it harder. Just like that. Just that simple. And then we just go from there. And then each of my clients, even if they train in person, they get a workout program and they can follow when they're not with me. Because like for me, I realize like give them as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
So when is you be a person that charges for every little thing, or do you want to be a person that is a brand person? So I'm like, oh, and give them real, and them for me, and tell other people, not even in a way like I do this because I want them to, not that in a way that I do this so that they do this, but like I was just like, that's the right thing to do, and that's the type of name I want to have. I want to have a name like, yo, he really cares about his clients, and that's the name I've gotten. You know what I mean? My clients say, yo, he cares, he's cool. You know what I mean? He takes care of us, and I think all my clients would agree that train with me. That I give them as much as I can, and I give them a lot more value than maybe a gym would give them, where they give you a trainer but they don't give you the full package, where they charge you for more extra stuff. So you might have that trainer for that 45 minutes, but my clients have me as a trainer all the time. They can message me whatever. You know what I mean? So just giving that value. Whenever you give more and more value in the long run, you'll get back 100 times. So that's what I believe.
Nice, awesome. Like great insight. I truly believe that having a good trainer is key. We go through life not having good people or good quality. So you providing that quality, not quantity, that quality service is really going to take you far, and create great things for each and every one of your clients. So what is your favorite like fitness style that you enjoy and that you like?
Style, I guess strength training. I
Hmm.
don't like follow like bodybuilding or CrossFit, really? When I train my clients, I guess it'd be like a circuit hit approach for most of them, unless they're trying to put on like muscle mass and we'll do strength based. But I mean, I kind of understand like, for me personally, I guess a strength. When I do workouts, I do about 12 reps. 12 reps is about if you're building strength, uh, looking for hypertrophy, like 12 reps is like pretty solid number. Like I'd recommend that for anyone that's trying to put on muscle mass or lean muscle, 12 reps solid. You know what I mean? I used to do the 8 when I was less knowledgeable. I would do like 8 reps sometimes. I mean, 10 reps isn't horrible. I think I've seen the best lean, like where I put on muscle and it's lean, meaning like the detailedness of your muscle is, I think 12 reps is good. I know when I was younger, I used to do 4 sets. And I say that like I'm old, but when I was a little bit younger, I used to do 4 sets of everything. Now I do 3, but my training volume on the muscle will be higher during the week because I'll work out almost every day now because I'm not like deadly sore. A lot of times people feel like they need to be deadly sore, and that's the only way they got to do work out. But now I feel like I work out and the next day I'm all right. Like I feel a little soreness, but like not heavy. So now I can do another good workout. So now I can work out 6 days a week if I want to, and I'm fine, and I can still play basketball. And it's good to find that balance. A lot of people get scared they're gonna lose their progress if they don't like kill themselves in the gym every day. It's not true. It's not true at all. So I would just say strength training probably. I like calisthenics too though. Like I mix it in. I'm not married to one thing, but I definitely like if I'm gonna work out, even if I do pull-ups, I'm gonna add weight to the pull-ups and I'm gonna do like 8 reps, 12 reps. If I'm doing dips, if I'm doing push-ups, I'm gonna try to add weight to those movements. I don't really want to go too high. It's not gonna really help me build lean muscle. Ladies, if you're doing 25 reps, you're not really building a lean muscle. You need to get to that 12 rep range too. It's not gonna make you look like a man. It's gonna help you put on some good lean muscle though. So a lot of people think to get toned, you gotta do 100 reps or something, and that's what's gonna be chiseling. That's what chisels out your muscle. It's not really what it is. What helps you get chiseled out is your diet. Being in a caloric deficit, which means you're eating less calories than your body requires, which means it's gonna burn some of the fat you have stored in your body, and that's how you get a little bit more chiseled, matching that with a good workout regimen. But yeah, I'd say strength training. Yeah, like the basics: compound lifts, deadlifts, squats, lunges, bench press, military press, pull-ups, lateral rows. Like, those are the basics that I follow, and that's why I'm able to maintain my physique now.
Nice.
Those exercises, I just gave you the keys.
Yep, you gave me the keys.
Those exercises are the keys. Those are the basics.
Those are the basics. Awesome. So speaking about the basics, what do you think are maybe the food groups that maybe people should intake in their body every single day? Should it be eggs? Should it be water? Should it be chicken? Like what are
food groups or specific
essentials?
foods? Food groups or specific groups? Because you just said like specific foods.
Yeah, probably food groups. What would be like maybe
I mean, like I would say like your, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, good fats like olive oil. Yeah, those are like the ones you want to intake. I mean, like, there's a high variety of them. Then my meal plan actually shows you the wide variety of things you should eat. Actually breaks it down into what you should eat, what you can eat sometimes, and what you should stay away from. Makes it pretty clear, but like,
nice.
The basic chicken, turkey, ground turkey, whole, like you can eat brown rice, whole wheat pasta if you want to, sweet potatoes, like, greens, broccoli, spinach, fruit, apple, really anything that has seeds in it. Watermelon's good for you. Like that's like it's like I wouldn't say most people know, because that's what I see my clients. Like they're like kids. They know what they're supposed to have, but they'll still ask me like, "Hey, can I have this?" But you're not allowed to have that. But they're just like a kid. Like they're like asking just to see if they'll say yes. But in reality, we know how to eat our fruits, how to eat our vegetables, how to eat our proteins, how to eat our whole grains. Whole grains. We get taught this stuff in like middle school. It's also about portion sizes, and then eating it consistently. Because most people eat good for a week and then they want to go out and drink their life away, or they want to eat a giant cake or, you know, and then when that stuff happens, most people can't cold turkey and do it one time. They'll keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it. They're going to go down spiral, or they're going to eat so much that they ruin all the progress they made during the week. So I think that people can eat well, but then they like start rewarding themselves. So they're like, oh, I eat good this week. Let me eat a whole pizza by myself now, or let me go drink a whole bottle of Hennessy now. I didn't drink all week. Like, you just ruined everything you just worked for. I'm a believer that your body is momentum based as far as results go. So it takes a little while for it to get started. Like, if you have been working out, you got to get your body to start changing. A lot of the things start changing in your body, how fast things are, you know, how fast your metabolism is going is going to change. A lot of stuff is going to change, but it takes time. Some people are fast. When you're young, it's quick. You know, you can see girls that gain weight and get rid of it, guys that gain weight and get rid of it when they're young, but then you get in your 30s, 40s, 50s, starts getting slow. It takes a little bit more time to keep that engine on and start getting that fat burning going and getting you losing weight. It takes a little bit longer. So I would say stop rewarding yourself, people out there. Eat, stay to the meal plan. You gotta find a good balance. But you know what you're supposed to be eating. Eat your vegetables. You can eat a vegetable every meal. I would recommend it. Eat a vegetable every meal. You eat a fruit, you know, twice a day. You drink water. I always say a gallon. I'll give you a little leeway, half a gallon or more, you know. But it really is supposed to be I want to say an ounce for every pound you weigh. And I think if you're an athlete, I want to say it's 2 ounces for every pound you weigh if you're an athlete. But, you know, ounce for every pound you weigh, that's a good amount of water for you.
Right.
And it may take a little bit of time for you to get used to it. You're peeing a lot, but your pee, you know, it's clearing your body out. It's good.
That's true. True. Now, how do you motivate yourself and your clients?
Motivate myself to do what?
Like to work out. Like, how do you motivate yourself every day to maybe like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Even though some days you might feel like, I don't feel like working out. How do you keep motivating yourself every day?
Well, I say motivation is in the moment. So you're not always gonna be motivated. I think routine is the true key to discipline. So having a schedule, having a set plan, leaves you less wiggle room to fail yourself. So for me, I'm like, I know when I'm gonna most likely work out when I'm working. Like, if, you know, when I have full time in the Army, I work out in the morning. That's the first thing I do. We work out, and then I do my own workout, or I'll work out, you know, before work actually starts, because I know that's the time I'm gonna have every day to work out. You know what I mean? There's nothing else going on until 9 o'clock on majority of the days. So I'm like, let me get my workout in now. I know that for me, once I work it off work, I don't want to go work out. And also, I have to go train other people. So I have to train other people, and then I have to go work out. And by the time I get home, probably 8, 9 o'clock. I don't want to do that. So I'm like, first thing in the morning, boom, get it done. And I get it done so early, I almost forget that I worked out that day. And you feel fine. You feel more focused and in a good mood. You know, your body's, your blood's flowing. You know, you're gonna eat. You're in a good mood. You're focused. You're ready for the day. I'm not a person that drinks coffee or anything like that, so that's good for me. Routine is the best thing for me. I need routine, or I'll probably fail if I leave it to myself. Just like majority of people, they need routine, and they need someone to keep them on track. Luckily, I've been doing it for a while, and I'm a pretty disciplined person, and I also self-assess frequently. So I'm just like, oh man, you haven't been doing this, or you're not doing this, or you're not, you know, being consistent in this, and I readjust. And like, well, how can I refocus myself or plan better so where I can hit these marks I need to be hitting? My clients, they need a lot. Some of them don't need as much accountability, but just you gotta stay engaged with them daily and make sure they come to the sessions. You know, make sure they send in the pictures, make sure they send in their meals, and then remind them that look, you paid me to make sure that you made this happen. But at the end of the day, it's on you. So I'm gonna, you know, be accountable and check on you. But you gotta remember that you started this because you weren't happy with what you saw. We looked in the mirror. You weren't happy with the weight you saw. We stepped on the scale. You're not happy with how you feel when you walk up the stairs and you're out of breath. You know what I mean? And they have to keep that in the front of their mind. But really, yeah, just I would say keep them accountable. And then once you get your first month, you should see some type of results. And that's when they're like, okay, I can do more. and they can, that's when they'll usually tap in a little bit more.
Awesome. Awesome. So how can people find you, find Bull Fitness? Where can they find you? How can they reach out to you via social media?
All right, so right now I'm dominantly on Facebook and Instagram. I have a TikTok and a Twitter. My TikTok is Bull Fitness 95. My Twitter is Bull Fitness 95. I'm not on it that much, but I'm going to start getting on there more, so stay tuned. My YouTube is Bull Fitness 95, and I'm going to start getting on there more. My Instagram, though, and my Facebook is where most of my content is Bull Fitness 1995 on Facebook, and then Bull Fitness 95 on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Bull Fitness 95, BULLFITNESS 95. Follow me on Instagram. Check out the free ad program on my Instagram. You can shoot me an email if you need to at bullfitness.inc@gmail.com. Also, have an apparel site drop in, bullfitnessgear.com. Also have the 21-day challenge. It's going to be on bullfitnesstraining.com. So stay tuned. All those things are dropping or available right now.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much, Jeremiah, on talking about Bull Fitness, staying fit, staying active. I can't wait to see, I'm going to do it. My journey through Bull Fitness, the challenge, trying to stay consistent. And I can't wait to see a lot of our viewers here really joining that movement on being physically fit and active. All right. Thank you very much, man.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to Every Moment with Errol E. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening right now.